It's Hololive time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Figma number 618. It's Gawr Gura from Hololive Productions. VTubers, baby! I love VTubers. Gawr Gura is also the most subscribed VTuber of Hololive and generally the most subscribed VTuber, but you know, it's here and there if you want to be like, actually, I don't care. So, why do I love Gura? Well, first of all, she covers so many bases. She's funny, she's quirky, she's kind of lewd sometimes, she's a big troll, and she's also blue. And if you're into Hololive, you know the blue Hololive members are the ones that are usually very popular. I don't know why that is, but it's just blue. Anyway, let's have a look at the figure.
Whoa, my fingers smell weird. I wish you could smell them right now. What is that? So I'm so into whatever my fingers smell like. I don't get it.
Size of the shark. See, she stands at about, let's see, straighten her out, 12.5 centimeters to the top of her head. A little over that, almost 13 if you're going to the back of the cowl. So that means she almost reaches up to 5 inches. Size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figure Art Son Goku, Nendoroid Gawr Gura, Pop-Up Parade Gawr Gura, Figma Mori Calliope, and Darkside.
Overall look and detail. Let me get the good part out of the way. I love the look. She's aesthetically pleasing, has the white hoodie, the colors are alright, and the anime look, especially the face sculpt. Yeah, that's somewhat innocent, somewhat bratty smile on there, because we all know what's going on in that small shark brain of hers. And the hair is also nicely painted. You got the different shades of blue on there, and the hoodie which wraps around the head. You do have the option to take that off. We'll have a look at that later. We do have a version without the hood, depending on how you want to display her. Got the single blue strand of hair in the back, and we also got a weird hinge sticking out over there. And then some more white lines in the back. The shark fin over her butt. Going back to the front, we have the little fish. It isn't molded on there correctly, but I guess the paint's, it's really small, but the paint's kind of taking overhand. A little bit of yellow in the hoodie as well, and the straps going down on both sides. As you can tell, every part that's painted like over the hoodie is a little bit more glossy, like we have over here with the gray. And then you got the big shark mouth with the teeth on the side, with a little bit of drool going down there. The one thing about the white, once again, it doesn't really come through on camera, but it's kind of weird. They really had to get it on there nice and thick, because from what I can tell, the entire hoodie is painted in blue, and then you have to cover that up with white. So it has a little bit of a weird vibe, I'm not gonna lie to it. And the weird vibes go on because you can tell how this is floating a little bit over to the side. But let me have a look at the arms real quick. I love the transition from the blue into the white. It's like really small with a light blue line in there. Also looks good on the lower half. And it's shark tail time. No, pantsu time. Yeah, she has the black pantsu as we know, as we've seen. And the shark tail is also lovely painted. Has a little bit of light blue strain in the lower half and also stitched up in the back, as it should be. Let me focus on that camera. Thank you very much. The paint on these small lines is also very clean. I gotta give him props for that. As we move down to her tiny shoes, also paint on here. It's pretty nice, it's pretty clean. I rarely have any issues with bleeding. There's a little bit going over the line, but there's small bits and parts over here, like the bleeding of the sole of the black going over to the white. Not super clean, but it's small details that you're not even gonna notice if you're just gonna look at the figure. What you however gonna notice is, yeah, the weird engineering going on. It's good at the top part, but then once we go down to all of this mess, I'm not so sure about it. First of all, I said it from the get-go when I saw the promo shots. What are these weird freaking hinges? That's so old school, it doesn't look great, and I don't know. And then what they did for the lower half over here, again, not the biggest fan of it, especially how it doesn't even line up with the rest of the body. So this is a single piece, and it just stands out weird. It's not supposed to look like that. It's not supposed to its own kind of little skirt, because that's what it looks like. And I feel like it's a lot cleaner in the back, weirdly enough. The part where you don't really look at that much, but yeah, engineering-wise, it's weird. But does it deliver some better articulation? Let's have a look.
Daddy. Daddy. Why did you hit me, Daddy?
When it comes to head articulation, it's really standard stuff. You got the ball hinge, which goes into another small ball in the back. Obviously, with the hoodie, it's fairly limited, but you still get some nice forward poses. Backwards is blocked thanks to the hair, and it does sail side to side on the ball in the back. Also do have the hinge for the hair, which, wow, this doesn't really accomplish that much, but I guess it's fine they did it, so you get a little bit more backward motion and you can cover it up, move it forward. Well, if you give it a good push, or did it just disconnect? I think it just popped out. Yeah, okay, let me fix that later. Then for your shoulder articulation, again, standard stuff, you got a big ball. Well, it's a little bit different than your standard figma. So you have this weird ball in the chest area, which moves around quite nicely. You can shift it back and forth. And then you got the ball hinge in the shoulder itself. So you can bring that up all the way and also can swivel it on the ball itself, or just swivel the entire ball around. And then we get to the big hinges. So, I mean, yeah, it's a hinge. What do you expect? That's how it goes. Up and down, up and down. That's it. It's just... It's functional, and it's nice and tight. I give them that. That's I don't have any stability problems on the figure. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We do have a ball hinge in the hand, so you can bring that back and forth, and can also be swiveled around. It also has like a tiny ball pad combination in the sleeve, so you can also rotate that around if you want to. Now let's go to the entire torso. So we do have somewhat of an ab crunch in the back, and they covered it, they draped the plastic over it. This is like really some old school Figma stuff, and it's not great because the plastic will continuously fight you while you're trying to push it forward, and I think like if you push on it too much, you're probably gonna get a wrinkle. If I really force this to move even more forward and try to leave in a pose like that, that's gonna mess up the plastic. So I don't know. And since it's just a hinge, what was the problem with putting like a big ball in there? So you could tilt it side to side, but it has some wiggle motion. So I guess the entire lower part over there is moving a little bit side to side. But once again, why are we overcomplicating stuff if you just put this on a ball and you can rotate this a lot more freely around than just be some weird blocked mess, and we just lost one of the legs. I pushed on it too hard, trying to hold on to it, but yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Speaking of not good, this, oh my god. This is hard plastic, it's somewhat bendable, so if you heat it up you might get it into a bit of a better position. Also you have a little bit of tummy action going on over there. But yeah, as you can tell, it's not even connected via ball, it's just like the soft plastic which is holding it up. Well, there's actually, and then the hair disconnects. Well, that's me pushing out earlier. But yeah, this is not great. This doesn't really move. It moves out of the way once you move the legs around. But you can't even get it into like some cool poses if you just have her standing there and try to move this up. It's kind of, if you stick it under there, then it kind of holds on to it, I guess. But yeah, for the back part, it's the exact same thing. Well, actually, no. This one's connected on the side. Apologies, but yeah. There we have... Why does the back part have this kind of connection and the front doesn't? What? Like, you just connect these two parts like that with the ball, so it's a lot cleaner, it holds together a lot better, and you can still move it out. What? Alright, then we go to the shark tail, which, there it is, that's how it's connected, that's how it looks. It is on a, what is this, like a double ball? It's kind of getting white over there, so I'm wondering if it's going to pop off. But as what we get for articulation out of it, it's nice and nimble, so you can also swivel it around and move it side to side and up and down. Nice enough, I guess, for shark tail. That's, you know, for shark tail. What kind of articulation do you expect for shark tail? And her punch is trying to disconnect. Okay, also showing that like part of the leg is painted. Now, for the leg articulation, moves forward because the entire hoodie part moves away. Also nice that it's cut up on the side, so you get it all the way out to the side. Can swivel it, can kind of rotate it on the ball joint, and also moves to the back. So articulation of the leg isn't really hindered, so I guess that at least something that did well. Is that like a swivel in there? No, I don't think so. yeah, it's a little bit too short for that. Then we have a hinge in the knee, and another ball hinge in the foot, while the ankle, that is, moves back and forth, tilts side to side if you give it a good push. And yeah, there you go. Articulation, it's not great.
I really like your body. I was wondering if you wanted to go back to my womb.
Next.
For accessories, we got a bunch of cool stuff. First, we got the boring stuff out of the way. We have the Figma back, which is included with every Figma ever. And then we have the base. It's the big base, which I'm not the biggest fan of because it takes up too much space. The base takes up space. Yes, I know. Bars. You got the arm, also with like every Figma ever has like an arm like that. So you can connect your Gura to it. If you don't like this extra piece, you don't have to. You can take this off as well. And then for Bloop, he has his own tiny little arm, which has just on a hinge. Well, everything's just on a hinge, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. But I can complain about the fact that it only connects to the bubble, which you open and you put Bloop in there. We have a little pack. Thing with that is, here's Bloop, by the way. It looks amazing. I mean, the detail on this small, tiny guy who's smaller than my thumb, or just as big as my thumb, is amazing. Like, I'm really impressed with how clean the paint looks. For the most part, I know there's some bleeding over there, but give him a break. The writing on the hat and everything else, the eyes look clean, and that's really cool. What's not really cool is, well, he stands on his own. The feet don't really move, I think. But he stands on his own without the base if you want to just put him on the ground. But I have to put him in the bubble if I want to put him in on the base, because this peg hole does not fit into his butt. It only fits on the bubble, which is just stupid. I don't know why they did that. Then for your hands, we got a booby grab hand. We have the holding hands for the trident, and we got some fist hands. The trident is excellent. It's see-through plastic, which is painted, from what I can tell. It's painted a little bit more in the middle, so it's less see-through in the middle. Or am I just tripping? Oh, it looks like that. It's not more shiny on the lower half and on the top part. Also somewhat spiky, so be careful of that. Ow. And then, finally, we have the faces. I keep those for last this time, because I love these. It's the shiny, happy, smiley face with the little shark teeth, and then the somewhat mischievous face looking to the side, although she has some really rosy cheeks on this one. I feel like more like on the other ones, but also, here's the head sculpt without the hoodie. It looks beautiful, but once again, also, what the hell is this? Okay. Once again, we have tiny, tiny ball joints for the pigtails. This one's so stiff I barely want to move it, and this one is a little bit back and forth and also can be swiveled. But again, it's kind of pointless, since it's so small that I'm afraid that it might break off. It's so stiff also, and just put it on swivel. Just put it on there and let me swivel it around. I don't get much out of this anyway. So once more, we got some more over-engineering, even in the parts which should have been great. Damn.
I can't focus on anything with you in my body. Give me your gum seed and put my weenie in your beer.
Cute!
Final thoughts! I love Gura, but I don't love this figure. I mean, the mold looks good and the paint looks good, but what happened with this over-engineered mess of a figure? And the worst part about over-engineering your stuff is that it doesn't even work. I'm all for Figma trying out new things and trying to move away from the norm, because God knows they like to recycle the same ideas, the same joints, and there's not really been that much innovation from, like, there's some figures here and there where they do really awesome stuff, but unfortunately this is not one of them. Here they just effed around and this is what they ended up with, and it's annoying because articulation doesn't really work. Looks great, but also the accessories are really cool, but yeah, it's just so yeah, unfortunately, you leave me no other choice, Figma. Goodsmile. I do not recommend this figure. I love Figmas and I love Gura, but she deserves better. And oh my god, I'm gonna get a plus in a couple of days probably. It's still on the way from Japan, and I'm kind of dreading that release now, because that also looked a little bit over-engineered. So okay. One over-engineered mess at a time, alright? So, yeah, sorry. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Gawr Gura wants.
Alright, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. What did you say? I've lost gallons to you. Huh? I hope you find it.